Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome to another astrology episode with your girl, the Memory Astrology. This episode is actually a new moon video. So happy new moon, y'all. Happy new moon in Pisces. Happy new moon in Pisces. Happy new movie. Oh my goodness, happy new movie, girl. Period. So this month is going to be a movie, so we need to be aware. We need to actually think before we react. You feel me? We also need to think about how we're spending whole time. We need to be. It's giving Leo, but it's giving Neptune, and it's slightly giving Pisces. But you feel me? It's movie Pisces, but it's giving Leo. So we're gonna have to check where the sign is. And I really think it's since it's a new moon sign conjunct moon. And I like it because whole time, since we know it's going to be a movie, we need to be aware of all the inside versions of us. You feel me? We need to be aware of how we have, all I hear is like adultified, girl. You know that's like how you've adultified over the last month. that's that's the question, you feel me? Like, how has your maturity changed? You feel me? What does that look like? You feel me? Over the last 12 years, let's look at it. I'm reading too much into it right now, but this is the gist we need to be aware of. And I almost said 2 by 2. So if y'all, some mechanics out there, if you all are 2 by 2s, you all are thinking about building something, putting things together. Okay. Putting things together. If you're thinking about doing any of those things, connecting the dots, that's what I'm also thinking about. I need us to plan, prep, strategize. Strategize is really what I heard. And what I'm saying that is that, you feel me, like if you know you're gonna be doing the task, like what do you need to get done, and like what does the task need? So if you're like, all right, I'm gonna build a house, and then tomorrow you don't have the wood, you ain't got the nails, you feel me, you ain't got the hammers, you ain't got the guys to help, you feel me? Do you even know what you're doing? So I need us to be aware, you feel me? Plan, plot, strategize. So the first column gonna be plan. Now we gonna have to go on Patreon. Y'all. This might be a freebie, y'all. It's gonna be the plan. What's the plan in the next 30 days? How we gonna accomplish that plan? You feel me? Give us the steps, or even, you feel me? If it's 2 plans, give us 3 steps in each plan. This is just the overall gist, you feel me? This is the brainstorming facet. So we know now during our brainstorming facet, let me write this down. During our brainstorming facet, we need to be incorporating a outlet, a rubric, baby, a sort of checklist that we can check off visually, you feel me, and consciously, so we can be on the same path as the things that we're plotting, planning, and strategizing. So if you're like, all right, I got this huge goal, but don't know how to accomplish the goal, now we need to rethink the goal, rethink about, is it currently able for you right now, resource-wise, financial-wise? Do you have the ability, the time off to do this? You feel me? It's all about plotting your time wisely. I like that. All right, so plot, plan, there's gonna be a box, you feel me? Plot, okay. And then strategize. So for the strategize portion, y'all, I want us to be mindful that this is where we can get a lot done if we're aware of our time, our energy in the plan and the plotting, area. So strategize is going to be a continuous building, stop, review, re-edit. You feel me? So it's always going to be an editing process with that. And with this, we need to understand that it's a constant cyclical base. I spelled cyclical all the way wrong. I said cycle then ical. So you understand what's going on right now. We need to be aware of that so we can actually use ourselves as the resource wisely. All right, y'all. I love it. But I love this. This is going to be a freebie. I'm going to check y'all out on Patreon, right? All right, y'all. So please remember to come on over to the Playful platform of Patreon. On over to the Memory Astrologist side. The link to that Patreon is linked in the description box below, but it's also linked in the Linktree link in the description box below. Okay, y'all? Okay, if you would like to send a love offering, the Amazon wish list is in the Linktree link in the description box below. But it is also, my Cash App is in the description box below. All right, y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so glad to go on this process, this mission with y'all. You feel me? Like, I am grateful to be experiencing life, growth, you feel me, maturity, conscious rising, the ability to be my highest self. I'm glad that I go through it with you all. I'm glad that we experience this together. You feel me? I'm just so open to giving kissing. So it's a whole lot. 2-8. It's a 2-8 in the house. It's an 8-2 in the house. So we're gonna look at the chart momentarily. But remember that this is a new moon in Pisces. The new moon in Pisces, the new moon in Pisces. Before we begin the new moon in Pisces, please remember to thumbs up this video, y'all. Send and share this video out. People who make you feel good. People who allow you to continue growing and blossoming to the person that you are destined to be. Please send it and share with those groups, those organizations, and those people. All right, you all. And please remember to send it and share it out with those people who you allow to grow and to blossom into the person that you are, that they are destined to be. I need us to be very mindful of two things off back. First things first, okay, it's 5 things, but I'm only going to say 3 things right now. The 3 things are, be mindful about washing your hands continuously. Like, you feel me? Like, it's just, we need to be mindful of that. Wash your hands continuously. You touch something outside, have your hand sanitizer, have your wipes in your bag. You feel me? We need to be prepped. Hand, like this is the area we constantly touch. You see me constantly touching my eyes, and I just washed my hands. So we need to be mindful about the things that we're touching. That means that the people we touching, the environments we touching, the areas that we're in. You know, how can we make it clean for our benefit? You feel me? So maybe that's wearing gloves. Maybe that's wiping it off and throwing it away. You feel me? I don't know, but I need us just to be mindful about our hands and the fact that we touch our most sensitive areas on our body. So let's be very mindful about that contact. So like, you know, touching things and getting it elsewhere. So let's just be mindful about that. Second thing was, we're gonna be more direct. And when I think about being direct, I think about, you know how people be like reading words off the broadcast and just be speaking it off, and you're like, oh my goodness, it's such a wonderful speech person, a person who speaks well, that articulates well. Oh my goodness, did you see that? But she's generally just reading off of a list that we're unknown about. So I need us to be very mindful of our own list that we are known about. So what is that, girl? You're saying, like, girl, what is that? You feel me? That is thinking before we react. What is the overall conversation that we want? You feel me? That plan, plot, strategize going right here again. What is the overall thing that we want to talk about? Okay, cool. Now we got that big old bubble right there. Chef kiss. So with it being up there, all right, so how are we going to engage in this? Like, what tone are we going to engage in? How is our body going to react? How are we going to start this conversation? You feel me? Plan, plot. How are we going to continuously engage in that? Let's simply think about the cardinal, mutable, and fixed. You feel me? Because you need something to initiate. So the cardinal, there, fixed. Second house, well, not the second house, but fixed is the second part. That's the plan. That's the plotting stride, the plotting area, and then the mutable will be the end. You feel me? So we need to have a fixed mindset to stay on the process, but we also need to be a little mutable so we can understand that there's a continuous cyclical process here that we can use and gain the information and use it to our what? Our benefit. All right, y'all. So we're really all over the place right now. But yeah, that was the second one I had to say. And the third thing that I had to say is that I need us to be very mindful about our dryness of our skin. And I'm thinking really joints. So, you know, wrist, ankle, shoulders. What's that? The neck bone is connected to the shoulder bone. The shoulder bone connected to the spine bone. The spine bone connected to the hip bone. And hey! No, but it was going. I was like, period. So listen to that song, y'all. We're going to have to listen to that song. But also we need to see the interconnected things. You feel me? The things that are really like connected to so-and-so, or connected to this, connected to this, connected to this. The cyclical process, right? Something is always going on that is going to continuously be the same, but through different opportunities, different situations, different lessons. And it's up to us to pay attention to it so we can catch it, be aware of it, be on the same path as it, but also to know how to move. You feel me? Also to review the individual that we are right now. Come on now. But you all, let's get into this new moon video. So first things first, it's February 20th. Hey y'all. Happy new moon in Pisces. And my question is, what happened January 21st? It's really 20th, 21st, 22nd, like that weekend. What happened? And if you want to go back a little further, I'm thinking second week of December. What happened then as well? December 2022. Okie dokie. And I have the charts somewhere, y'all. Okay, here it goes. So as always, I printed it off. I'm not gonna really show it because I wrote on it, and I also didn't delineate. So it's lit, y'all. Okay. So first things first, let's read the ascendant. Why we read the ascendant again, y'all? Because that's the eyeglasses we got on today. That's through the perspective we're seeing and understanding this chart. Okay. So it's from what is this, my girl? A Sagittarius 1. Alrighty, Sagittarius first degree, and really what I'm thinking about is, what is that? Ooh, independence. And I was like, okay, independence, yeah, but independence of the mind. When you're independence of the mind, this is more so like high school. This is more so like seeing all the responsibility that you have, yes, but also seeing all the freedom that you have. So here I need us to be very mindful about how we engage in, who we engaging with, who we being social with, what's really going on, how we react to situations, how quickly we react to situations, who we are engaged in, what's our motives, but really what's their desires, okay? What's their motives? What's their motives? Here, so first things first, we're gonna look at the ascendant's ruler, where the new moon is, who rules, the moon rules who? Cancer. We're gonna also look at the house of Cancer, and then we're gonna get up out of here. All right, y'all. So let's see. What I originally wrote down, though, the songs is Tender Surrender. I think that's what it's called. I also want to call this Feeling and Surrendering. Feeling and surrendering. I like that. That's very classy. It's very delicious. I said the initiating, the awareness, and the inner awareness. You feel me? The inner authority. Seeing our relationship towards ourselves, the continuous growth of ourselves, the continuous growth of the individual. You feel me? What does that look like? The continuous growth of the individual knows that the individual like goes through, so it's undefined. And through this, it's like a label's being put on here, labeling of the individual, when the individual is to expand and to expound and to grow the deeper understanding of what that means to be an individual. I like this freedom of the mind. What does liberating of the mind looks like? Oof, I really like this, because we need to be very mindful of that Libra. You feel me? Where's Libra at here? 11? Girl? 11. Yeah, we need to be very mindful about that Libra, because sometimes we can hold on to situations that really, not even situations, like traditions, engagements, relationships, awarenesses. Sometimes we can be content in that little area. Sometimes we have to reprogram our understanding to bring balance. So we can accomplish our goals and reach better goals. This is deep, y'all. I really like this. I really like this because we can eat this. Where's Venus at? Okay, girl, we can eat this. It's a lesson 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can eat this. Oh my goodness, we can eat this. We should be less. Parenting is changing. Yes, I like that. The developing of the individual is changing. But we also need to see how traditions, how systems, how people who identify things as worth, how they can like determine the way that someone treads, the way that the group treads. And since I understand that our awareness is outward, you feel me, expounded, we can see things from really what's going on from multiple perspectives. And with that, I need us to ground ourselves more often. I'm seeing like if you feel me, if it's 7 days out of the week, 2 days out the week, let's do deeper grounding exercises. And you're like, girl, what's grounding exercises? We can listen to music. We can take our socks off and to put our feet on the ground and just, lay there. Or we can lay on the ground. We can hula hoop, you feel me? Whatever brings you into the current space, we need to practice more of that. Bring us into the present moment. Be more aware of the present moment of what's going on right now. Feel our feelings right now. You feel me? In the moment. I like this. I like this because here is a silent awareness of like deeper developing, or more so deeper becoming aware of the ego. How the ego is used. You feel me? Ego power. That's deep. Ego power. Transmuting the ego's need for power. And how does one do that? That takes a lot of courage. That takes a lot of restraint. You feel me? Personal, internal strength. It's strength of the emotions. Strength of the reactions. Strength of the respondings. That's being able to see how situations are going to play out and to step to, it's like a chess game, you feel me? It's to see what's really going on, survey the land, you feel me? Peep it, girl. Like, okay, this is really what's going on. Say less. I ain't gonna say much, but I'm gonna say less. So you peep it, you understand, and you engage slowly off that. And that's a continuous process that we each have to practice to be able to learn that. But it also silently teaches discernment. It also silently teaches about, it's like looking at the individual story of each person. And I think that takes a lot of compassion, a lot of restraint, a lot of honesty, a lot of internal truth. And we only have one, so you feel me? Like, be mindful of how we engage, how quickly we move it, how quickly we drive it. Yeah. What it's giving voice. It's giving voice. It's like roar. It's like, oh, I didn't mean to really say that. I'm sorry. Nope. You feel me? No. Okay, let's keep going. We already did that. There's a really good time because it's a new moon. We might be wanting to pick up hobbies. This is a really good time to pick up hobbies. Think about what the hobby is. You feel me? Think about your long-term goals. Plan, plot, strategize. We're going to use that. All right. We're going to make it. We're going to use it to our benefit. We're going to make it. We're going to use it to our benefit. Okay. All right. Period. There's a whole lot of like learned behaviors and engagements, and we kind of need to be aware of that because this would be a really good moment to break that, to see our behaviors, our health habits, our habits in general, our personal environment habits. If our house ain't clean, and we're like, ooh, my house getting a little dirty now, when we gonna start to set the schedule to start cleaning up our environment, cleaning up ourselves, cleaning up our diets, cleaning up what we really want to do? You feel me? Like, be like, oh my goodness, I want to may go back to school. I may want to pick up a trade. I may want to pick up a hobby. I may want to pick up wrestling. I may want to pick that up. So who has it? Where is it easily accessible? What time do they have it? Do you have time in your schedule to go to these environments? I also need us to be very mindful about who we freaking on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, be very mindful about who we. But let's get into it. So we already talked about a lot about Jupiter. Oh, no, sorry, not Jupiter. The what is this called? The ascendant. So where's Jupiter? Jupiter is in the. Oh, I already marked it for us. Let's go. I hope you all can see. You see, it's in the fourth house, and it's conjunct Vesta, conjunct Chiron. So yeah, I like the whole little Chiron thing. Ooh, I really like this. Ooh, we gotta go inside to get these keys. Ooh, we can eat this. We can really eat this last. So it's just 9. Ooh, yeah. You see how they just 9 because of Sagittarius, and then Jupiter's in 9 degrees. So it's all about our minds, all about our engagements. So let's be very mindful of how we are going to calm down our minds. What does that look like to calm down our minds? These next 30 days, this new moon to new moon time, let's think about how can we slow down our mind to re-engage our mind and body together. Slow down our mind to re-engage our mind and our body together. How can these two be in, homogeneity, you feel me, working together? How can these two be in balance so we can be in balance? How can these two plus the environments be in balance so we can be in balance? How can the way that we're speaking to ourselves, you feel me, how can this be in balance? And that may look like, you feel me, challenging our thoughts, challenging our own perspectives about our own ways of engaging an individual, of dressing ourselves, of our approaches to life, of our understandings to wisdom and reaching new heights. What does that look like to expand and to continuously to grow oneself? Really, what does that look like? What does that look like to you to continuously grow yourself? To me, it might look like I might want to go back to school and do this. To you, you might be wanting to be a PhD person. You might want to be a lawyer. You might want to be a teacher. You might want to be a zoologist. You feel me? Everyone has their own perspectives. And this new moon is a good time to understand your own perspective, especially on life, about your body, about connecting to yourself, growing your own understanding to yourself currently. All right, you all. What's on Jupiter? Jupiter. What is this? Neptune's feeling at home here. Venus, 29. The Venus feel at home in Pisces. What's Pisces? Mutable. Okay. What's Vesta? Vesta's in who? Aries. Yeah. 5. Okay. How can we build more experiences and broaden our experiences for our children? Think about that. I want us to think about how can we broaden more experiences. Get our children. What house is this? 4. Yeah, it's like we need to teach our children how to ground themselves. Teach our children how to deeper connect to oneself. It's more so like vocalizing and nourishing our children. How can we nourish our children currently? And for you as a parent, you need to think about that. What does nourishing look like? What does your child need to be nourished? Maybe your child needs to be, holding hands, reading to the giving hugs. Maybe one of your kids, they like to play football, so maybe you're going to get out there and start playing football with your baby, right? Right. Maybe your baby, they want to start painting nails. You're going to be like, all right, baby, my nails is ready. You ready? I'm ready. Oh, yeah. All right, y'all. So let's think about that. Yes, I really like this. This would be a really good time, especially if your children want to start a new hobby. I'm thinking like baseball. That's really what I saw. If your child wants to do baseball or start tennis, or start gymnastics. What is this for? Yeah, I can see the gymnastics. Yes, if they, it's like getting them into extracurricular activities. It could be mental activities, yes. It could be tutoring, yes. It can be, but let it be, you know, a fun activity, and let it be an academic activity. And I think here it's more so we need to build we're building the well-rounded child, well-rounded individual. So what does that look like to be well-rounded? Our experiences shape our life. Our experiences shape our values. Our experiences shape the world. All right, you know. Okie dokie. So Jupiter in Aries, and it's 9. Yeah, I need us to think about how we engage. I want us to take a step back about taking things personal when people are sharing out or reacting. And I just want us to ask ourselves, why? Why? Why do we feel like that when that goes on? What do we need to give ourselves to understand that feeling? To go deeper in that feeling, to go to the root cause? How can we continuously love ourselves and uplift ourselves and give ourselves the love, the nourishment that we are looking for? How can we nourish ourselves at that very moment when we feel like that? But also, how can we nourish ourselves continuously after that? And there's a whole lot of like personally nourishing self, the mind, through touch, through vocalization, through like, I'm really saying if we do this checklist, plan, plot, strategize, it will really help us. We need to be very mindful about how we spend our money. Here, if we feel less than, if we feel low about ourselves, that can really impact our vision, our perspectives, our awarenesses regarding people, regarding engaging people. Hey, you feel me? Like relationships that can really impact our decision making. And I want us to be very mindful about that. Okie dokie, but let's keep going. Let's get into the new moon. All right, y'all. The new moon is, the moon is in Pisces, 1 degree. And immediately what I thought about was, first things first, be mindful about sneezing. People sneezing or being around people in the environment that are sneezing, coughing, respiratory system. Be mindful about those areas. We need to have ventilation in the room. Always have the ventilation. Open the windows. Open your house up. You feel me? This would be a really good time to start cleaning out your house. You feel me? This would also be a really good time to water. Up our intake in water, of course. Be very mindful about our spending habits in the next 30 days. If we can set a budget, plan, plot, strategize. If we can plan, plot, strategize for what we need, what we want, and our needs and our wants over the next 30 days to really hammer down and get what needs to be done, accomplish. And then also save, so when we want to get the wants, you feel me, we can get the big want and not the little want. We're like, okay, we got something. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Thank you. So, yes, first things first. Second things second, give me 1 second. 28. Yeah. There's a silent, like, engaging from a lack mentality here. And the lack mentality is like people not like encouraging you, people not uplifting you, people not vocalizing like your mind, how your intelligence, your gifts. It's like a not engaging the person that you're becoming. And I want us to be mindful about those people. Just let's peep that, you feel me? And I also want us to then start feeling ourselves and thinking about ways that we can nourish ourselves so we can feel better about ourselves, so we can work on our self-esteem, so we can work on our self-confidence, so we can work on how we really feel about ourselves. our ideals about ourselves, our long-term and our short-term goals. But the moon in Pisces, our dreams, we're going to be picking up the more intuitive dreams. We might be wanting to share out more, express our emotions more. But I need to share something with you all, and this just made me think about it. Oh my goodness. So, what happens when the cup's water overflows? What happens when you have a nice, beautiful cup? We're gonna take this as the cup, and it just overflows. Do you try to like stop it, like, oh no, get a paper towel? So are you now limiting the blessings, limiting the connections, limiting the access to resource? Or are you just gonna, you feel me, get a different cup and then give that to somebody else, you feel me? What are we going to do? What does that look like? It says, what is the following situation that goes on? And then the song that plays is, Fool's Paradise, anything twice, paradise. Who? Excellent. And then it was like Fool's Journey, so think about that. And then the next song was I'm in Love by Evelyn Champagne King. And then it hit Remind Me Nots, Forget Me Nots, Encore. And I think it was Saturday Love. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay? So what happens when the cup's water overflows? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I need us to be very mindful of giving. This would be a really good time to donate to. Yeah, this would be a really good donate to really people who are homeless shelters, women's shelters, children's shelters. Give clothes, give food, give drinks, give sanitary items, give personal underwear, t-shirts, bras, socks, things of that sort. That'd be very beneficial. That'd be very helpful. This would be a really good time to really see how much and how far that you've grown so much. It's February 20th, you feel me? February 20th. And January 1st, 2003 already came. So look how far you've came. What's that, about a 50 days in a year. 51 days in a year. You 51 days in a year. Look how far you've came. Look how far you came. Honor how far you came. Validate how far you've came. Okay? All right, so let's really get into this. Yeah, it's gonna be, our dreams are gonna be very, not a lot, but we're gonna just be dreaming more. Write our dreams down. This would be really a time to start writing our dreams down. So I'm gonna pick up that. I was waiting on the perfect time to start a dream journal again. This would be a really good time to start a dream journal. We need to also be very mindful about the things that we're hopping into the next 30 days. Think about things before we engage. Think about things before we sign. Think about things before we act. You feel me? What's really the motives? We engage so quickly because of our emotions, our reflexes. Oh, something looked good. Oh, something smells good. Oh, something makes me feel good. Like, no. Is it good for you long term? All right. Let's look at Cancer. So Cancer is in the 8th house. And I think it's 3 degrees Cancer. And then that's how it starts off. So first things first, previewing previous independences because we can use them as resources. We've been through previous relationships. What did they teach us? You feel me? What did that teach us about the people we like, people we don't want to be? Oh, talk to people you want to be, people you don't want to be, right? previous situations taught us people we want to be, people we don't want to be, people, situations we want to engage in. You feel me? It taught us how to read the room a little bit. So if you know so and so it's going down like that, then you know you can step out, right? Right. It taught us a lot about giving and receiving and being receptive in relationships, about our voice. It taught us about engaging and standing up for ourselves. It taught about how we had to go in this world and to experience this life through our own perspective, ascendant, through our own eyeglasses. And from this, what do we learn? And why is that important to us? And how are we going to use it right now? You feel me? What did you learn? You feel me? A lot of the times when you touch, your mama be like, all right, baby, the stove is hot. I just took the pot off. Don't touch it. You're like, girl, don't motherfucking stove ain't hot. Shut up. Touch. Oh, shit, it's hot. Yes, exactly. She just told you that it's hot. You feel me? So it's what? It's what? Learned behavior. You feel me? What my grandma say? You feel me? A hard head make a soft ass. So we had a soft ass. What are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with it? It taught us to also be very mindful about our emotions and to be guarded about it. But it also told us to not let it stiffen us. Don't let these hard experiences, these situations, these hardships damper and put a hardness on our body, on our soul, on the way we engage and cherish life. That's the thing that we're consciously being aware of, is that our emotions change, our thoughts change, our feelings change, our senses change, and that's what something that we can grow to be aware of. Something that we can grow to be aware of. Because when you look back on this, you're like, oh, was that the person I wanted to be? When you look when you were a child and you look up like, oh, this is the person I want to be. Are you that person? You feel me? It taught us to be this new moon. I want us to be more open and more graceful, to sacrifice. Because through change, we learn individuality. We learn independence. We learn imagination. We learn fun. We learn how to flirt. We learn how to be sensual. But it also teaches us how to, be aware, how to use situations and to understand situations and to move through situations. It taught us about short wins. It taught us to connect to our inner self, but it taught us devotion nonetheless. To even our smallest goals or to our biggest goals, it taught us devotion. So maybe we need to see our devotion and understand devotion now through the aspect of change and sacrifice. I love you all. So, I got some things to say on the side. So, it's a really good time to start good habits. This will be a really good time to prep for spring cleaning. It says initiating immutable need fixed routine. Wasn't we just talking about the cardinal, the mutable, and the fixed? So it could be more accidents while driving fast, especially around like curvy streets. Let's be very mindful about that. There's also going to be more sleety snow. So let's be very mindful about that. Sleety snow, like, yeah, the snow will be here. Yeah, it'll be ice on the ground. Yeah, it won't stay for long. But still, we need to be very mindful about how we're moving, how our time is, our time management skills. Oh my goodness. We also might be very inspired through other people's experiences. So let's give them credit. Let's give them credit. Let's give them credit, okay? Let's also say that, oh my goodness, you have inspired me. So some chakras I want us to be very mindful of is our solar plexus, our root chakra, our heart, our third eye, and our crown chakra. Okay, you all, so there is an expansion in the mind and body. So this would be a really good time if you want to work out. This would be a good time to work out and to start a workout regime. Yep. And just some silent things I want to bring up, and then we're going to get into the affirmation cards, is that we might be feeling like invincible behaviors. There might be more awareness of the focus might be more on education, the awareness of education, maybe the undoing of education, maybe some overspending, any of those the sorts of like that. So yeah, this would be a really good time if you are a teacher to up visual and kinesthetic learning. If you are a parent to up visual and kinesthetic learning, you're like, girl, what is that? Go out to the museums, into them forest preserves. Allow your children to engage the senses while they are learning, while they are engaging. I promise you, it would allow them to calm, cool, collect, to when they feel sad or whatever, they can go back to these experiences and they can help mold them to what they need to do. You feel me? It would be a reminder, a positive reminder, and it'll also be a really good experience with you to experience this with your child, to experience this with your inner child, okay? Yeah, or get into any, like, I don't know, movie touchy thingies at home. I don't know, kites, Play-Doh, moon sand, washing dishes together. I don't know, creating things together, coloring together. My mama used to do, it's like a chalk and it's on this paper and you can like smooth it with your finger. You feel me? Like you can engage in all these things. So yeah, you all, I am so glad that we were able to do this. Let's get into the affirmations. Okay, let's do this. I don't want those glasses to fall. Oopsies. And look at this. I'll just let this fall. Whew. We need to be very mindful when we driving. We not looking up. We doing other things in the car. And it's like people stopped in front of us and it's like stop and go traffic. Oh, girl, it's good. We're not paying attention, bro. And it's in the morning and we can potentially get into an accident. And I don't want us to get into an accident. So we need to be very mindful about that. Yeah, it's probably like you looking at yourself in the mirror. You eating something, you reaching for something in the bag, you're not paying attention, dog. I want us to be mindful about that. Yeah. Why I gotta listen to you? Why not? I don't want y'all to get into no accident. Why we feel like that in the morning? I would just play some classical music, play some water, play some calm down music. All right, y'all, we got something that fell out. It's a lot of purples here, dog. Hey, so we got purples, we got orange and yellow, we got a little brownish mustard, Dijon mustard vibes. We got some olive green-ish red shirt. Girl, it's not a red shirt. Oh my goodness, it's a bark of a tree. Oh, that's funny because that is so funny, you all. I have to go get what I was drawing. I gotta bring it. Okay, yeah. So I was drawing all these trees, right? And I was like, oh, this is gonna be like the best ever. You feel me? And I'm like, okay, period. But in this literal card, it's trees. And it's funny, but I just wanted to say that. Okay, purple again. Yeah, purple and blue. Okay, third eye. And what is this? Orange and yellow? Yeah. So we only have one reverse and two side steps. Girl, we're in it. And my name is Bennett. So upright, it says, I release all fear. Oh, sorry, it's not upright, it's sideways. I release all fears and doubts. I accept myself and create peace in my mind and heart. I now choose to free myself from all destructive fears and doubts. I am loved and I am safe. That's sideways. That's something we're hesitant on. This is an area that we're reviewing. All right, you all. The next one is upright. It says, I am beautiful and everybody loves me. Period. She twirling. It says, I radiate acceptance and I am deeply loved by others. Love surrounds me and protects me. Excellent. The next one is upright, and it says on the back, it says let's read the front. My life is, girl, what is that last word? A mirror, period. My life is a mirror. Okay, Libra. It says the people in my life are really mirrors of me. This affords me the opportunity to grow and to change. Okay. This one says, I rejoice in my sexuality and in my own body. My body is perfect for me in this lifetime. I embrace myself with love and compassion. And then on the front, it says, I am at peace with my sexuality. The next one, that is sidestep. I like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I really like this. You feel me? 1, 2, 3, 4. Because of these situations, I release all my fears. Once we release all our fears, we can step into the being beautiful, the seeing our sexuality, the being at peace with ourselves, to being in balance with oneself, to see that situations are really mirrors, or cyclical process continuously happens, so we can continue to grow, right? Right. This one says, I am willing to forgive. Ooh, come on, heart. It says, forgiveness of myself and others releases me from the past. Forgiveness is the, girl, that said armor. It says answer to almost every problem. Forgiveness is a gift to myself. I forgive and I set myself free from, it just says I set myself free. Period. And the next one, that was reversed. This is the only one that was reversed. All right, you all. This is the only one that's reversed. And what color is it giving, y'all? It's giving orange. It's giving red. It's giving, we need to be more, it's really giving Leo, to be honest. That inner fire and harnessing it and working with it. It's giving root chakra and sacral. Root chakra and sacral. I am worth loving. I do not have to earn love. I am lovable because I exist. Others reflect the love I have for myself. I love you all. Happy new moon.